If you follow the Queen of Down Syndrome on Instagram, you know she is away at overnight camp for 7 weeks. Super exciting for me. So here is what I am planning on doing for the next 7 weeks, and I'd like to bring you along in hopes that I could inspire you guys with some ideas of what to do while your neurodivergent or special needs child is gone. Now, I want to point out this is not a child-free zone, because guess what? Princess P is too little for overnight camp, so she's kind of hanging out with me. But because I'm only caretaking, well, I have my daughter and I'm caretaking for the Queen of Down Syndrome, that leaves me to one, and with one less child, leaves me loads of free time. So here is what I'm going to do. Before I get on to the actual exciting parts of the video, I am the Queen of Down Syndrome sister. I have been helping take care of her for the past 19 years, and I am bringing you along on my journey to share what I've learned from her in hopes that it will make you and your neurodivergent / special needs child a much better life. The first thing I'm trying to do is kind of set expectations to myself, and I know my goals are so big, and I know there is no way in the world I'm going to even reach all of them. For example, I want to cook more, I want to clean more, I want to curriculum plan, and it's not possible. So what I'm actually going to do is set expectations for myself. There's wants, there's needs, there's reality. So I'm going to kind of make lists, and I've talked about this in other videos. I'm huge into lists. Make lists of everything that I want to do. So when I set the bar here, I reach here. If I set the bar here, I reach here. So I'm just going to make lists of everything and see an ideal summer when I could do nothing but work, which remember I got Princess P, is to make lists of what I actually want to accomplish, knowing that I won't accomplish anything, but it helps me accomplish more. The next thing I'm going to do is practice being organized. Now, this is very difficult for me because I'm more of like, hey, I have free time, let's fit something in there. Now, I know this was a really bad habit I picked up probably about 19 years ago because we didn't know anything about Down syndrome, and the internet was just really small at that point in general, let alone in the neurodivergent special needs space. And so it was more like, hey, I have a second, let's create something. Hey, I have a second, let's create something. And looking back, I'm like, ooh, that wasn't really so organized or efficient. So moving ahead, once I have those lists, it's to kind of stay organized. There are a few methods that I have been looking into, and that is to set aside an hour here, set aside an hour here. Another method I saw, which may be more of my speed once the queen gets back, is more like fit everything into time frames. Big tasks, medium tasks, little tasks. And if I have a shorter amount of time, take out the most important thing from my little task list, go ahead and do that, take something else from a medium, kind of like that, and set aside an hour a day to knock off my big task list. Now, since the Queen of Down Syndrome is away and Princess P does have caretakers here and there, I may actually try to practice the batch, method, is where you set aside or block method, 3 or 4 hours, and you're like, okay, so this is for curriculum prep, this is for self-care, this is for that, and your day is all color-coded by blocks, and you kind of try to go through it. Again, I'm new to being organized. I was never organized, and I don't know, it kind of scares me. Please share any tips you have, because I really want to be organized. Like I said, there's going to be organization when the kids are being taken care of, and then there's going to be organization when I actually have time to stop and think. So let me know your tips, because I don't know where to start. Help me, guys. You guys have been amazing. So looking forward to reading below. The next tip is to plan ahead on the Queen of Down Syndrome's curriculum. Now, if you know me and if you've been following me and some of the videos I post a lot of curriculum. Now, I believe in child-led learning, and that means the queen comes to me, hey, I'm interested in this topic, that topic, and it can change literally from day to day. And in the past, I was like, oh my gosh, you're interested in this? Like, let's go create something, let's go find something. I didn't always have time to go to the library, and I was like, ah. Now the queen is 19. I kind of have a huge knowledge of what she likes, and I always ask her, what do you want to learn today? And over the course of the year, I kind of picked a lot of topics that she's interested in, and I'm going to create project-based learning packages this summer, as many as I can. And it's all going to be geared to the middle school, high school space. And one thing I noticed that we're lacking is history. I really couldn't find much in terms of history, both online in textbook form or project purchasing form. And so I had to create a lot of that in the past. So this summer I am focusing on history, but other areas as well. And I'm going to share a lot with them with you guys. But the main goal is that when the queen gets back from, overnight camp and she wants to learn, it's more like, hey, I happen to have these topics, and she's pretty good at choosing one because they're all topics that she's interested in. And then I'll follow it up with, and by the way, what are some other topics you're interested in? What are some other subjects you're interested in? And I just have a running list of topics / subjects, and I'll just keep creating. And so there's never a dull moment. There's never a moment of, which we've had in the past, or hey, hold on a second, I have to create. Now, yes, in child-led learning, we do believe in her kind of going out there, exploring. We do utilize the library. We do utilize the internet. We have started letting her use ChatGPT and other AI, but she also does need some sort of, I wouldn't say formal curriculum, but as you've seen, my content is more hands-on, Montessori / project-based / child-led, kind of mixes all those together. So yeah, just to create as much as I can. Ideally, I'd like to have about 52, packets for her. Not gonna happen, but I'm hoping, because like I said, I set my goal to 52. I'm hoping to get like 20 by the time she gets back from camp. And so far, I haven't even gotten through one. So that's how my summer's going. Next thing I want to do is build a better nighttime routine. Now, this is going to be murder, because the queen of Down syndrome, let's not even talk about her sleep and nighttime routine, non-existent. Sometimes we don't get to bed till 1, 2 in the morning. Oh my goodness. But anyway, I know I can't fix moving forward, and I know it's gonna be the same when she gets back, but here's what I could do for me. She's gone. She is away for 7 weeks, and she will be away on occasion on retreats throughout the year, and I think like overnights every so often. So I'm thinking, let my body have the rest it needs. So I'm going to practice having a much better nighttime routine. I'm toying around with some. Here's the one that I think would just work for me, is set a time that's before midnight, maybe 11. Take a nice bath, get ready for bed, and just sit and calm down and go to bed. I don't need anything major. I don't need anything special. If you think the Queen of Down syndrome has a terrible nighttime, Princess P is so much worse. So I know nighttime and sleep is just not going to be a reality for me per se. Don't even ask what time I'm filming this. I'll check for you guys. Oh my goodness, it's 1 in the morning. That goes to show you. But anyway, moving forward, I'd like to start my nighttime routine at 11 o'clock. Not when the Queen of Down syndrome is here. And we can get on to all my nighttime craziness. If you want to hear about that, let me know below why I never get sleep. But anyway, I can head into bed, wash the shower by 11, get into bed hopefully by midnight. And I know the body needs rest. So I'm going to try for my mental state when they are both being taken care of, whether it's overnight camp, whether it's here, that I should have a better nighttime routine for my health. Hey moms, we get older. Every second is a new second. We're getting older. We need to take care of ourselves. And this is something little that I think I can swing in for the next 7 weeks. Let me know if you have any other tips on this too, because this is a tough one for me. Another big one for me is deep cleaning. I do have these visions of, I'm not a minimalist per se, but I know I have too much stuff, and I'm like, hey, let's start getting rid of it. Let's give stuff to charity. Let's give stuff to, I don't know, people need stuff, and I have a lot of stuff, so why not give it away? Now, I've done a pretty good job at giving away Princess P stuff as she outgrows it, but I haven't really done a good job on myself. Like, for example, Princess P, if her clothes are stuffed and I have to buy a new size, it's easy. Bag it up, give it away. If there's a toy she's no longer interested, I got nephews, I got nieces, bag it up, give it to them. They love getting new toys to them. It's like, woo, holiday all the time. So yeah, but my space is often neglected. My shelves are neglected, my clothing's neglected, my everything's neglected, because I'm always thinking of how can I make Princess P's life better? How can I make the Queen of Down syndrome's life better? How can I, you saw she wanted a sensory space, and boom, I figured it out, got it for her. how can I make my space better? Now, this is something, it's kind of time consuming, but not really. I mean, there's a lot of little spaces, so that's something. Remember how I mentioned I'm going to try the block method? So I could probably set aside 30 minutes a night, and then to the bigger project, a smaller project, let's say I'm right here at my desk. Let's say I'd like to organize my desk. So if I look at my desk, which is the bigger project, let me break it down into, I have the top of my desk, the bottom of my desk, the drawers of my desk, and the actual space around my desk, and then organize that by time. And when I have a half hour, just do the biggest part of my desk. And when I have less time, do the smaller part of my desk. And that's how I'm planning on like implementing these things, is just like, you know, life doesn't have to be a mess. I kind of accepted the fact that it is overwhelming because I just don't know how to stick to a schedule. But I'm hoping, because I'm forming this video, that I will be able to stick to a schedule. And this video didn't happen overnight. I actually started this thought process about a week before, you know, because obviously I had to prepare for you guys, and I wanted to try some stuff out. And I could say it's hard work, but I'm slowly seeing the results, and to me, that is a big win. The last thing is do something simple, simply because you enjoy it. Like, I don't want to say that I can't do stuff for myself when the Queen of Down syndrome is around, but in my mind, and please let me know if you guys relate, in my mind, I feel like I always have to be helping the Queen of Down syndrome and Princess P, and I always have to help them reach their goals, make them make the most of life. And I often like forget, like, people talk about self-care, but I'm like, what does it look like? What does it mean? So what I'm going to try to do, or started this summer, is to do very small things, because I'm new to the self-care. I'm new to, like, not say be selfish, but like take care of yourself space. I don't know. It just kind of, I guess I didn't see caring for the Queen of Down syndrome particularly as difficult. And now that I have Princess P, who's 2, and I've looked back on it, I'm like, one second, like, now I'm like literally bouncing around. Princess P, Queen of Down syndrome, Queen of Down syndrome, Princess P. And it got me thinking, like, when am I bouncing around for myself? And so I still have a very hard time taking time for myself, just because of the past 19 years. I was just like used to this life. I actually do enjoy it to a certain extent. Okay, to a mostly 99% extent. But then I'm like, you know what? There are things that I personally like to do that I just forgot about. I liked learning languages. I'm not good at it, but I enjoyed it. I liked coloring. You know, those adult coloring books, I like coloring them so much. I'm a crafty person. I like art. I like doing the micro nano bricks. They're not Legos, but they're similar, if you know what I mean. Whatever. I like doing those. And I'm like, one second, like, I look back 19 years, why couldn't I take 5-10 minutes to do it? Now, it's twofold answer. When you have kids, I like to grab your stuff, and our space is small, so I don't really have space to set stuff up. But that doesn't mean I can't do it. So right now, my goal is to do small things for myself. Then number 1, don't take up much space. Number 2 is easy to take out and clean away. Princess P grabs everything, you know? And just to say, like, hey, remember, you may be the big sister, you may be the new mother, but you got this. We're going to try it out. Like, I did a coloring page tonight and quite enjoyed it. The takeaway from all this is that, yes, the Queen of Down syndrome may be 19, and she does need full-time care, full-time supervision, full-time love, full-time everything. And I'm also a mom of a neurodivergent kid. But that doesn't mean that I have to devote every second of every day to them. And that's something that I kind of lived like that was the norm. And so this summer, still going to give Princess P tons of attention. We actually went to the aquarium. So much fun. I'm not taking away from her quality of life, but I'm saying, one second. Let me look into myself. I only have 1, not 2. And let me kind of spend summers doing an overhaul, practicing many skills. And this summer is going to be practicing, we're trying out different methods of organization. It's going to be curriculum planning as much as I want. And fun fact for you kids in high school, something that I'm seeing right now, the Queen of Down syndrome is 19, but most of what I prepared in 19 can use in 9th grade can go through 12th grade. Doesn't have to go in that order. So some of the curriculum that I have in the past, I could also reuse if she didn't use it. So woohoo to that win. Anyway, is to get as much as I kind of prepare myself for the school year in the best way that I can, to organize my tasks, and to kind of start building myself back up again. I mean, you can only give so much, and we'll see where this goes. Remember, I am not an organized person. I have so many dreams, and not that I don't get overwhelmed, but let me know if you feel this way. But I'm kind of like, try this, and I try this, and I try this. And then by the time I have all these ideas, very little gets done. So this summer is about me. Like I said, there's a lot of things that I'm going to be trying. And I think the top 1 or 2 things that I feel like I did well is going to carry over to the school year. And I think every single summer, I will try this again. What do you guys think? Like, if there's something that worked for you, I'd really like to know, because having one neurodivergent kid is full-time job. Helping raise a sister, and now having a daughter, so it's like 2 households back and forth, is also a lot of fun. But I'd like to kind of bring on the new me, and I think that this will allow the Queen of Down syndrome to have the best version of myself, because hey, when she gets back, I'll definitely be more well-rested, and we'll have a lot of curriculum, so I'm not just kind of, hey, 1 second, I need 2 to 3 days, like, don't talk to me. And the house will be organized. Like, my stuff will be more organized. Her stuff, if I have time, I'll go through her stuff as well. And I'm kind of looking forward to the upcoming school year. Let me know kind of what you guys prioritize when your neurodivergent or special needs ones are away, because like I said, I'm trying a whole bunch of things this summer, and I would like to try some of your tips that worked as well. Thank you guys so much for stopping by. Can't wait to see you on the next video.